Okay, guys, thanks for stopping by. Just checking out this series of overview videos. That's pretty cool. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Spooky season this year killed it. It was insane. So it took probably over an hour just to get all the titles, the new stuff pulled out, and everything prepped and ready for you. So yeah, all nice and prepped. And we're gonna start with the numbers on through the M's, because those are all the sections that have already been covered in this overview series. So yeah, number 41. Let's do this. I know you guys are ready. I'm not. But I ain't gonna let this kill me. Let's do it. All right. So, in the numbers, not too much in the numbers this time. We got hashtag Shakespeare's Shitstorm. Cool. Get that in there finally. That's one I've been waiting on for what felt like forever. And then one that I really enjoyed is the 28 Years Later. That's pretty cool. Glad to have that on the shelf. Okay, after that, guys, if I skip anything, I'll make note of it and just mention it in the next overview video, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to skip some of these. Anyway, here we go. Alien Country. Looks to be a lot of fun. Taking a chance on that one. Got that in the Alien section. I did get plenty of sleep last night, so I don't understand why I'm being so delirious. Probably because this is going to be a lot of recapping. But let's get this over with. All the Moons just seemed cool to me. Took a chance on it. I do that a lot with the Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. You know, the synopsis seems intriguing to me. I'll go after it. I don't wait on anybody. I'm independent like that. Alone. It's going to be a first watch for me. Altered States, beautiful 4K edition of an old favorite movie. Gotta love it. All right. Seriously, it took over an hour to get all these, get all this stuff prepped for you. Arbor Day, some early '90s slasher that I'd never even heard of. TerraVision, you rule. Making it fun for this hobby. Asylum, pretty cool. Horror anthology from not Hammer, but yeah, Amicus. That's right, Amicus. Beautiful edition there. Again, some more Severin gold. All right, coming on down to the B's. That's it for the A's. Backyard Bloodbath, a little series of little indie shorts and stuff, filled with a lot of I've never heard of, so that's refreshing. Cool. Okay, Baskin. Gotta have some Baskin in the collection. I think this is like the third time going after this movie, or second. I don't think I had this one on DVD. Who cares? That's Baskin. It's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Upgrade from the DVD. Or I want to say Blu-ray. I can't remember. No, I just had the DVD. Barbarian Sound Studio. Cool. One of those newer Giallo movies. Yeah, good stuff. Gotta have that one. Well done movie. Put out by IFC, so that's awesome. Going into the Bigfoot section. My sort of modest size as far as Blu-ray goes. Modest size Bigfoot section here. Trying to be picky with the Bigfoot stuff, but yeah, Bigfoot isn't real. A little indie documentary. Cool. Can't get enough of those. This just seems pretty cool, and the cover art got to me. Bizarria. So that's Bizarria, the international cut of the awesome Black Sunday. Gotta have it. I still have the US cut there next to it. Why can't they just put both on one edition? Oh well. I ain't complaining. And then Blair Witch spoof. This is the Blair Rabbit project. That's now 25 years old. So that's crazy. Never heard of it until now. So I got some more horror comedy spoof stuff in there. I need to check in if there's any of the other Blair spoofs, like Blair Thumb Project and what have you. I don't know if that ever made the leap onto Blu-ray. I gotta check on that. Then we got volume 2 of the Blood, Guts, and Sunshine. So yeah, volume 2. This was independently distributed. unlike the first volume, which was through through TerraVision. But yeah, here's 2. This might get a re-release. TerraVision might snatch this one up too and get it maybe have it be a wider release. But came across that for pretty cheap, or cheap enough, I should say, and snatched it up because that's kind of rare. Because I don't think that company's around anymore. Don't quote me on that. That's just whatever rumors are circulating online. This is a little out of order, but to make it easier on myself, I got it sticking right here. This is the Bloodstained Italy collection. A couple of movies that are not at all familiar to me, so that's exciting. Looking forward to that. Cool. I like just letting these companies do what they do and just going from there. No need to jump through hoops and what have you to try to get these movies when clearly a lot of these boutique labels are doing a fantastic job. So yeah, just sit back and let them do what they do. Cool. All right. On down into the blood. Yeah, more of the blood section. I don't think I'm skipping anything. No, I'm not. Bloody Creek. Never heard of it. Looks to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to check that out from Sedum's Core. Body Puzzle is awesome. Gotta have Body Puzzle. Happy to see this make the leap onto the blue, on the rays of blue there. All right, one of my favorite thrillers from, I keep wanting to say the 90s, is it not? Yeah, 1999, on the cusp of, yeah, so The Bone Collector, now on 4K. Great thriller, I love it. It's gritty and pretty realistic and just well done. One of my favorite Denzel Washington movies for sure. Little indie called Box Full of Spiders. Seems kind of cool, so take a chance on that. I think that's one I got off of Mateflix. Highly recommend this one. This is a good one. The Boys Next Door, making the leap onto the 4K all the way. Okay, that was cheesy, but great movie. I promise I did get plenty of sleep, so I'm not delirious. Brute, 1976. This is in my watch soon ASAP note. I made note of some of these movies that I want to get around to watching like sooner rather than later, and this is one of them. Brute, 1976. Looks to be a ton of fun. Okay. I gotta speed it up, guys. Gotta speed it up. In the cannibal section, here we go. All right. We got Cannibal Mukbang. Love the title. The comedy I dug, and yeah, it's pretty good. I like that one. After that is some pirate theme stuff. Captain Hook, The Cursed Tides. Focusing on the infamous Blackbeard pirate. Pretty cool. Carmilla. Check this one out. One of those partner labels on Vinegar Syndrome. Grab that up. Cool. The 88 US edition for The Cat. One of those cat horror titles I've been wanting in my collection forever. So it felt really good as hell to finally scratch this off the old never-ending want list for sure. The Cat. Gotta have it. Crazy stacked edition for that movie. And it is awesome. Finally got around to watching that one for the first time. Awesome practical effects. Pretty bizarre stuff. The aliens look pretty cool in that one. The Cat and the Canary, now on 4K. Just all-time classic you gotta have. Okay. A really cool edition for Chainsaw Man. One of those mangas I've never even heard of. I know, I've been living under a rock, but never heard of this until I'd say a year, or probably a year ago. It kind of, when a friend of mine / neighbor was talking about it and asking me if I ever watched that series, because we were talking about horror anime and stuff, and I was like, no, never heard of Chainsaw Man until now. So looking forward to playing catch up on that and getting out from under my rock. All right, pretty cool pack to finally have this trilogy. A Chinese Ghost Story trilogy. Cool edition through Shout Factory. So awesome. I don't think this is under their Scream banner. I think it's just through Shout. So cool. Got that. Okay. Not skipping anything, surprisingly. And of course, I've got to do this in ABC order. It's been that way for the past 15 years here on YouTube. Not 12, that is a correction. I was thinking only 12, but actually I've been goofing around on YouTube for like 15 years, which is insane. So, yeah. Clown in a cornfield. Now on the rays of 4K. Okay, Clown in a cornfield. Is there going to be a sequel to that? Did I hear correctly? Or am I thinking of something else? I don't remember. All right, The Columnist. Had this on DVD, so this surprised me. So, a pretty cool little movie. So, enjoyed that one, and looking forward to revisiting that. That's been some years on that one. I think, is this about 10 years old now? I don't remember. Something like that. So, The Columnist. The Corpse Bride. Now in 4K. Sorry about the lighting, guys. It's getting a little dark around here. Nothing I can do about it. I guess I could invest in a little lamp for this kind of stuff, but I don't take the tubes all that seriously, as you can tell. Creepshow 2 now on 4K, which is awesome. Please let me be done with that movie. And yes, I have the seasons already, but the box set that's about to be released looks amazing, so I will be double dipping on that one. But it looks really cool, and I gotta have it, so these are coming out. And anyway, Creepy, some Asian horror movie I've never even heard of until, who released this? One of those Vinegar Syndrome partner labels, right? Is it through Brainstorm? I don't remember. I wait for nobody to talk about this stuff. I just go after it if it interests me. And I don't know why I'm sounding like that. I need to redo this video. I'm being way too obnoxious, probably, but I don't give a shit. So here we go. All right, so that's that. Into the cryptid section. We have Cryptid the Goat Man. The goat. So here we go. Yeah, Cryptid the Goat Man next to Cryptid the Chupacabra from Small Town Monsters. And then I am on my, let me get up. Get you guys all nice and dizzy, make you throw up. All right, The Curse of Frankenstein, beautiful edition, gotta have that. Now on the 4K. All right, we got Cutters. Yeah, Cutters Club. Cool. Latest new one from Full Moon. It's got the late great Tony Todd in that one. Probably one of his last roles. I'm not sure. Something like that. Volume 2 of the Die Gothic. No, I'm not saying that right. Sorry, guys. My apologies. So great. Volume 2. Awesome stuff. I still need to finish the other 2 movies. I only watched the 1, so I'm behind. What else is new? Okay, after that is the Dan Curtis little section here that's slowly growing. So that's awesome, thanks to the Kino Cult line. Got Dan Curtis Classic Monsters, Dan Curtis Late Night Mysteries. And I'm definitely grabbing the others, because not all those I had on DVD. I was actually missing some of those DVDs that came out years ago. So that's cool to finally cross that off. Next after that is a really cool serial killer flick. Psycho flick, Dangerous Animals. Enjoyed this one. I wish we had the option as far as 4K goes, as getting just one in like a standard keep case, but oh well. It's no biggie. And then I can't believe we're on volume 4 already. This is insane. The Danza Macabre volume 4. A lot of big upgrades here, so that's awesome. So this is the 4K, beautiful 4K set. Pretty cool. That is it for that row. Not skipping anything. Holy moly. It's amazing. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Still in the D section, we have, let's see, Daybreakers. Really nice edition here. Pretty cool vampire flick, a lot of action, just non-stop stuff, so how could you not enjoy Daybreakers? Well, not everybody enjoys the same stuff, so we all like what we like, and we all don't like what we don't like. But I like Daybreakers. It's cool. Dead County. This was a fun little zombie movie I'd watched for the first time. Never got around to picking up that DVD years ago. So yeah, really cool. Dead County. Alrighty. The Deadly Trap. Just kind of. Oh no! I'll find out where you go. That's probably the other one I need to show. Yeah, Deadly Trap. New to me. It just seems interesting. Check that out. Where are you? Right there, next to the Amazing Dead Mine. How about that? That's one I liked right off the bat. Had to have that one. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a part of the update as well. Dead of Night. Dan Curtis's Dead of Night. I do have Dead of Night down here though, since it simply says Dead of Night on the spine. So do not have that next to the Dan Curtis stuff. So there we go. Just because the label is. It's labeled differently. It doesn't have his... Oh no, this is going to be a fail of a video. And this is another part of the update. I'll just put that right back where it was. Okay. Scooching on down, we have... This might just be a recap video, guys. We'll see. If it is, then it is. It needs to be done. It has to be done anyway. Dead Sleep. Linda Blair flick I never even heard of. Wasn't even in my notes. Not that I have every damn thing in my notes. You know, I'm always discovering stuff here, thanks to a lot of these companies. Death Packs a Suitcase. Can't wait to check this one out. Never seen it. Looks awesome. I believe that's a Giallo movie from what I remember reading up on. The Deep, I know, back to that whole Living Under a Rock, one of those big famous movies I've yet to see that I need to check out. I think I'm comfortable mixing this in with my horrors and thrillers. I think it's got enough thriller going on, thriller action going on to be okay adding The Deep in here. I'll know once I see it, you know, how I feel. If not, then I'll just put it in, mix it in with my regular movies. Deep Crimson. Criterion released this recently during spooky season, and it seems interesting to me, so I'll check out Deep Crimson. Never seen it. My first time having a copy of that movie. All right, last row, and then we'll get to the next wall. And then hopefully I'll go over a few quote-unquote N titles. Demon's Rook. Really cool movie. Nice upgrade. No reason to keep the DVD. So yeah, very cool. I remember enjoying that one years and years ago. That one got crazy buzz, I remember. Let's see. And rightfully so. It's a pretty cool movie. Depraved, cool indie Frankenstein themed flick from Fessender. A lot of his movies have been getting really nice treatment, so that's cool. All right, moving on down. I don't think that's part of the update. No, okay. Okay. The Devil's Rejects, a really nice edition, 4K. So I was gonna pass on that, and I was like, you know what? Curiosity got the best of me, so that Devil's Rejects on 4K, even though it's a very grindhouse look rough movie. But hey, it's there. Okay, Diced, indie slasher, Halloween themed kind of thing. So Diced. And after that, did I show Devil's Sword last time? I believe I did. Devil's Sword. Okay. Yeah, I believe I did. All right. The Disco Exorcists. Look at Wild Eye. Getting some crazy love nowadays. Look at that. And all you guys are laughing at us picking up all these Wild Eye titles. Now Vinegar Syndrome's like, hell yeah, we like Wild Eye too. We're going to release that. That's a cool movie. Disco Exorcist? Damn right. Laughing at us. Picking up all those Wild Eye editions and SRS Cinema Blu-rays and stuff from day one. Oh, you laughing at me. Now these companies are getting some respect. How about that? Like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't have good taste when it comes to this hobby. Okay. Anyway, I don't think I did get enough sleep. I think I am a little delirious, so. But oh well. I don't give a shit. Okay. Dogtooth. This was awesome. Glad to finally have this movie in my collection. Gets pretty messed up. Glad to have finally seen this movie. It's one of those I've had on my wish list for years and years and years. Never had it on DVD. Had it on Blu-ray. Now it gets a really nice 4K treatment. So that's twice I've gone after that movie in such a short span of time. Okay, so that's that. Okay, cool. That's that wall. Okay, that's the updates. I don't think I skipped anything. If I did, I'll make note of it and I'll mention it in the next overview video. All right, going on to the next section, we got better lighting. How about that? Okay, still in the D's. So Dracula making its way onto the Dracula collection, making its way onto 4K format. So it's cool. I still like to keep the old school Blu-ray just because of the original cover art. For now, it's on the shelf, but eventually I'll have to take it off the shelf just to have some more space. But yeah, Dracula, okay. Dust Devil, finally, a really nice collector's edition for Dust Devil. I had like a really not so great DVD edition. It was like a bare bones kind of thing. So cool. That's a hell of an upgrade for me. Okay, going on down. End of Days. Really beautiful edition for this movie I just think is okay, really. End of Days. But cool to have Arnold and some horror in the horror genre, so that's why I like it. Okay, coming on down. The double feature of the Evil Maker movies, so that's cool. Nice to see those back on the shelf. All right, next shelf. The X, some erotic thriller I've never even heard of. So I'll check that out eventually. So The X, thank you, Kino. Eyes Without a Face. 4K edition through Criterion. Pretty much the exact looking copy as the Blu-ray, really. So that's not as exciting, is it? But better transfer of one of those classics, Eyes Without a Face, trailblazing movie right there you gotta have. I need to revisit that one. It's been a few years. Eyes Without a Face. It's a good one. Shocking for its time. Cool box set. The Feeding Frenzy. You got The Shark Hunter, which I've never even heard of. Monster Sharks, my favorite out of the bunch, and Night of the Sharks. And yeah, some like light thriller one. That's okay. All right, so that's the box set there. Feet of Death. It's a new Bigfoot themed horror flick there. Comedy, horror comedy. Ferret Vampire. Finally nice to scratch that off the list of quote-unquote lost/obscurities. So that's awesome. Severin, one of my favorite companies ever. The films of Jesus. How do I say this? No, not the films of Jesus. The films of Hisayasu Sato, Volume 1, and they're already going to be dropping to Volume 2. So that was pretty damn quick. I already placed my order for Volume 2 for sure. So all those will be first times for me. A complete newbie when it comes to that director. So first time having anything physical media of this guy's films. So that's that. Forbidden Game of Love. More crazy stuff coming from Mondo Macabro, another favorite boutique labels. That's that. I need to move. I need to get moving. Get moving. All right. Fraud seems interesting. Just reading up on that. Another one of those from the Vinegar Syndrome Partner label. Just seemed interesting to me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to wait on reviews or anything. it just seems interesting to me. Me being as a independent thinker, I'm going to take a chance on it. All right, and then let's see, Full Moon Features, Volume 2. I grabbed this for some movies. So that's Volume 2 next to Volume 1, pretty much identical to Volume 1. It's got the whole going with the full moon theme, different color this time. Pretty cool. Not the best transfers, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. I promise you guys, I'm not losing my mind. I'm not. Let's see. Shin Godzilla, beautiful 4K edition. Fun movie. One of the best Godzilla movies. And the legendary franchise. I do have that ridiculous oversized Godzilla box set, but I just can't fit it on this shelf, so that's why I keep some of these older editions on here. So that's that. Gorot. Second copy of this one, but a different cut of a documentary deal. So Gorot. Hack-O-Lantern making the way to 4K. Cool. I thought that was awesome that dropped for this year's October. Very appropriate. So a nice surprise, I'll say that. I've been waiting on that one, so finally nice to get that one in. All right, I haven't skipped anything. Amazing. How have I not skipped anything? I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure I have. I don't think I have though, but crazy. Let me look around. Let me look around. Just kind of look around, see if I did skip anything. No. Move my ghoulie out of the way, just so it wouldn't be in the way. Didn't skip anything. Wow. Let me kind of take this out, just so I remember to put it in the right place. Let me just leave that one out. Let's see. All right. Hellbender. This will be new to me. Nothing but great things on that one. So cool. Hellbender in the Hell section. Hell section is growing quite a bit. Still have this one up there because it's just a really nice box set. I don't have the heart to take it off the shelf just yet. Let's see. Hider in the House finally escapes from the VHS graveyard. Okay. The Home. Enjoyed the hell out of this movie. After I finished watching it, I was honestly surprised how much bashing this movie received. I'm like, Jesus, I guess I do have terrible taste, because I really enjoyed The Home. I thought it was great. I did not check my watch once. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And I'm not like the biggest, when it comes to comedy, I'm not the biggest like Pete Davidson fan, but the man did an amazing job with the acting and stuff, and especially playing as a lead. And it didn't bother me. Everything about The Home was just my kind of weird, my kind of gory stuff in it. The ending, all it did was just, it was like the cherry on top, really, for me. But I was enjoying that movie from beginning to the end. It's good. But hey, we all like different things. So, so it makes reviews interesting. So, House on the Edge of the Park. Buying this movie for like what feels like the 100th time, and I keep all my Blu-ray editions for certain movies. This is definitely one of them. So, yep, hopefully this is the last time, at least for like a long time. It falls under like going after Creepshow 2 again and stuff, where like my excitement just wasn't 100% there this time around. Here we go. All right, on down. We're getting into the eyes now. Okay. I Am a Ghost. It just intrigued me because it's based off a true event of the hotel one with that girl that just disappears. There's footage of her. It's very eerie. One of the creepiest haunting stories ever. So this is what attracted me to going after this. So There you go. I Hate My Body. Never heard of it, so thank you, Mondo Macabro. Pretty sure I'm gonna dig this. I hear it's not like that bonkers or anything, but I'm sure I'll enjoy watching it. The latest I Know What You Did Last Summer, so that's cool. Unfortunately, that one bombed from what I heard. Hopefully I still get some enjoyment from it. Elsa, She-Wolf of the SS. Looking forward to finally getting all these movies, so this was nice to finally add this movie into my collection, so that's cool. All right. One of my favorites, and one of my favorite directors as far as the more modern stuff goes. Yeah, The Innkeepers on 4K. I will be keeping my very nice Blu-ray edition for sure, but I don't have all the room in the world, so I can't display both of them. But anyway, Innkeepers, the latest edition for this movie. Pretty cool. 4K, I should say. And Secula, goofy stuff. Oh no! Wow, look how it landed. That's pretty cool. Hopefully it's not anything broke. Insecticidal. Put that in there, and that was the next title that I was going to show. Nope, nothing loose, so that's good. I'll check on it after this video just to see if anything busted, but I don't think so. I think we're good. In the Mouth of Madness, it's upside down. Ridiculous collector's edition, thanks to Arrow. So that's crazy. Where? Yeah, right here. Okay, I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, where do you go? Okay. Okay, Invader, a new one from, is this Greyface through TerraVision? Greyface label. So, I'm going to take a chance on this one. Some positive reviews on this one out there, so, okay. I don't know, I was curious anyway. I was going to check it out no matter what, even if it's got terrible reviews. Hello, I grabbed the latest I Know What You Did Last Summer, so, independent thinking. How about that? Okay, let's see. Irresistible. Another one's going to be new to me. Susan Sarandon and Irresistible. These thrillers I've never seen before. Get in there. All right, The Island. I hope I like this one. This seems to be pretty cool, just reading up on it. So, I never even heard of another one, never even heard of. Fairly new. Not that old of a movie. It looked 80s to me. Honestly, when I ordered that, I thought I was ordering an 80s horror flick for sure, because it's hard to remember everything, because this year's spooky season has been quite a tornado. Tornado of news and everything. Okay, some documentaries, finishing off the trilogy of I Want to Believe UFO documentaries, so that's cool. 2 and 3, already had the first one. All right, Jacob's Ladder. Haven't watched this movie in forever. I like it. It's never been one of my favorite movies, but it gets creepy. But yeah, I like Jacob's Ladder. Very nice addition through that Lionsgate limited deal thing. Which I'm not crazy about, but if I want that upgrade, then that's what I'm doing. Jimmy and Stiggs. I've heard nothing but positive things about this one. It looks to be insane. Love the colors. So cool. Another one of those alien-themed horror flicks. Happy to check out at some point. I made note on that one to watch it sooner than later, so got some catching up to do, yeah. And then we'll get into the Jurassic Park section. Man-eating dinosaur goodness, and I enjoyed, as far as sequels go, this is definitely one of my all-time favorites, is the Rebirth. Had nothing but fun watching this one. This is one that I would double dip on for sure. No need to, because it's a 4K, so you're good. You're good. I probably won't. Now that I said that, I probably won't. I won't. Let's see, Kill List. upgrade from the Blu-ray. So I thought this was familiar. I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure I already had Kill List in my collection, and I did. I had it on Blu-ray. I forget who released the Blu-ray. Was it Dark Sky, I believe? I can't remember. Or Unearth? One of those companies. But Kill List is pretty cool. I seen that when that first came out. I dug it. Knock Knock, the remake. I enjoyed this one. It's pretty cool stuff. Really well done movie. I'm gonna end up damaging this thing. Let's see, get that back in there. Kroll, awesome movie. Now on 4K, pretty cool. So got that. This is how I have not done an overview video in quite a while. I've got to show both of these volumes in this update. So I should have these in the O section since it starts off with of Monsters and Madness, but it's just easy to remember his name, so I have him in the L section. So yeah, the Larry Fessenden collection, volume 1 and 2, which is pretty cool. They come together, it kind of completes his face. That's cool. I like little things like that, aesthetics. So awesome. Not a fan of all his stuff, but I'd say most. I like his style. So he's, in my opinion, a pretty good actor. So, and a lot of those are upgrades from the old DVDs. So I can get rid of those. Save on storage space for sure. 2 movies I already have and liked as Suitable Flesh and Mayhem. This is the Joe Bob Last Drive-In. Hopefully this becomes a growing series. That'd be pretty cool. So awesome to have some more Joe Bob. Or to start getting Joe Bob Briggs on the shelf. That's awesome. Last of Us, enjoyed season 2. Can't wait for season 3 just because of how it ended. Hell of a cliffhanger. I knew it was going to be like that. Definitely one of those new horror shows that I really dig. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, then you're really going to dig The Last of Us. I actually like The Last of Us, I'd say, a little better because it's not just zombies, but like it's dealing with mutation and basically monsters, really. So it's got that going for it for sure. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Glad that thankful that something like that's not a reality. Let's see. Getting close, guys. Getting close. Let's see. I have not skipped anything. Amazing. Crazy. Okay, the last showing is just a little indie with Robert Englund in it. Let's see. The Legend of El Chupacabra. Lights out. Really like this one. So yeah, upgrade to 4K on that one. Like Lights Out. Another UFO documentary. Lost Contact, UFOs After Wartime. Cool. The Lost in Space remake, now on 4K. And then finally getting around to collecting, as far as TV shows go, the Lucifer show. So season 1 through the final season, which is season 6. How appropriate. 666, Lucifer, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if they purposely did it that way to end on a number 6, but there you go. It definitely wasn't going to make it to 666, was it? The Lumberjack Man. New slasher. I have another slasher movie on DVD dealing with a lumberjack, except it's a giant lumberjack, and that movie's a lot of fun. It's like the Legend of Paul Bunyan or something like that. It's got some green screen action, but it's got some practical too. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, that's the Lumberjack Man. That's a whole nother movie. I would love it if the Legend of Paul Bunyan made it on the Blu-ray. That'd be great. I could see TerraVision doing that for sure, if they like it, if they know about it. Malpurdius. I can't wait to watch this one. I know I mentioned that in my update a couple days back, but just Seems like it's really going to be cool. I can't wait to check that out. Seriously. Beautiful addition through Radiance. So, yeah. Mama! I like Mama. When it comes to newer, bigger budgeted horror films, yeah, I got a lot of enjoyment from that one. And not at all groundbreaking or anything. Is this Blumhouse maybe? No, it's Universal. It seems like it would be like a Blumhouse, kind of like one of the Blumhouse newer horror movies, but not to throw shade on that or anything, but I thought it was a Blumhouse title. All right, getting there, getting there. The Man Who Could Cheat Death. Amazing addition for this movie. Fully uncut. No reason to keep the Blu-ray, so I mean I'll have it in storage. I don't want to like fully get rid of it, but yeah, so cool. Marley's Revenge, monster movie I've never heard of. So very cool. Can't wait to watch that one. Looks to be a ton of fun from what I've read. All right. And Megan 2.0. I am kicking myself because I didn't realize that this did get a regular keep case 4K edition, because that was not listed at the time of pre-ordering this title. It was only Steelbook listed, so I'm a bit annoyed. I'm not big on Steelbooks, so now that I know there's an option to go after a regular keep case version, even though the cover art's not as cool looking as this, I don't care. So at some point I might double dip on the 4K just so I don't have a Steelbook. But happy to have the movie anyway, even though I have not seen the sequel yet. But I expectations are super low. I know it's going to be completely different from the first movie, so I think I'll be all right. I think I'll still get some enjoyment from it. Mermaid Legend. This one was pretty good. I enjoyed this one. That was a first time watch. So Error 4444. Another kick-ass label doing amazing things. Okay, coming on down. Arrow with their insane additions here. Miss 45. Great movie. Gotta have Miss 45. So I think that might be the end of the road as far as physical media wise, because I mean, Jesus, what else can you do now? So yeah, Miss 45. This seemed interesting to me. This is another one from one of those Vinegar Syndrome partner labels that I just was going to take a chance on. Is this the Shudder, right? Yeah, another Shudder horror flick. Looks cool. I'll watch that when I can. I did not get around to watching that during October. Not that it matters. Okay. Let me look around just to kind of... How have I not skipped anything? I didn't even practice or anything. Usually you can just kind of go over and make a practice run. I didn't do that. Okay, continuing on. We're going on 40 plus minutes here. Let's see. The Mothman. A few Mothman documentaries. One of my favorite cryptid creatures. So, pretty cool. Got some Mothman added to, I guess, what's slowly turning into a Mothman section. And we got Mother Shucker Part 2. I like that they're keeping with the red case aesthetic. So that's cool. So Part 2, looking forward to checking that out. Part 1 was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. So that was cool. Had me laughing in a good way. So, yeah, I dig those little slasher comedies. All right, and then you guys can tell I'm getting a little tired now. And then upgrade from my DVDs. Got some erotic horror, Mummy's Kiss 1 and 2. The mummies in these movies look awesome. It's pure erotic schlock goodness. So that was a nice surprise to see these make the leap on the Blu-ray. So that was cool. I just kind of stumbled upon that on good old Amazon. So it's the Mummy's Kiss movies. And then, I think I showed this documentary last time. I just got that in not too long ago with Peter Cushing. I believe I showed this one already. Narrated by, no, excuse me, not Peter Cushing, but Christopher Lee, Mummies. I think I showed that one last time. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, let's see. That's it. That's awesome. Okay, oh, I guarantee you I had to have skipped something. But I don't believe I did. So I still got a few minutes to spare to continue on. So last time I finished all the M's, surprisingly, in one go, because there was no recapping to do. Didn't have to prep for anything. So here we go. The Nail Gun Massacre. If I can just lay that down so I can, there we go. The Naked Cage. Naked Cannibal Campers. This is the naked section. Naked Girl Murdered in the Park. Naked Lunch. The Naked Prey. Naked Vengeance, doubled with Vendetta. Naked Witch. The Nameless. Nanny. Crazy Awesome Nunsploitation box set called Nasty Habits. I bet that's a no, that's a Severn. I meant to say Severn. I was like, I bet that's a Severn. It is. They just, when it comes to box sets, that's definitely one of those companies. For sure. Nathaniel, Escape from Hell. And I should probably just leave this out. Okay, I'll just leave that like right here. National Lampoon's Class Reunion. It's like a spoofing on slashers, something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it. Natty Knox. Natural Born Killers. That's a good one. I remember being him for Halloween when I was back in the 90s. People thought I was like Powder or something. I was like, no, it's Natural Born Killers. I'm not Powder. Just friends. Some sense of humor, the guys I was with. Anyway, Natural Enemies. Even though I like the movie Powder, I'm still waiting on that to hit Blu-ray, if ever. Regardless of the director or whatever, I still like Powder. Always have. Anyway, what the hell? I think I do need more sleep. Mr. Scrooge. Okay. Nazis at the Center of the Earth. Gotta have that Center of the Earth type movies. Nazi Undead. Cool zombie flick. Near Dark. Crappy Blu-ray edition for Near Dark. I should have my nice Anchor Bay DVD still on this shelf, but I don't. I have it. It's in storage, but Near Dark. Would love to see a nice collector's edition for that movie get re-released. What am I? If it wasn't for Fright Night, this would probably be my favorite vampire flick, I think. I love Near Dark. Let's see, Near Death. I even prefer Fright Night 2. No, Part 2 comes in third. I think Near Dark tops it. Who cares though? They're all fun, crazy movies. I don't do the whole, this is, alright, this is part 5. Or whatever, who cares? The Necrophiles, that's a fun one. Oh, and the reason why some of these movies are like turned this way is because they all have slipcovers, and the space on this is a little different than the, or I should say width on these original shelves. This is a new one that I put down not too long ago. So the slip, if it has a slipcover, it kind of scrapes, and I don't like that. So that's why a lot of these are laid down like that. If you're wondering, figured I would just explain that. What's next? Necrologies. I've seen that one. I have the director's other movies too. I think he's the same one that did Witching and Bitching. I don't remember. Necromancer, ancient DVD that I was happy to get rid of when this one came out. That was awesome. This is another cool one, Necromancy. Kind of the necro section, I guess. Necro Sluts from the Sleazebox. Getting out of order. Needful Things, good stuff. Needle Stick, one of those indie Lance Hendrickson flicks. Nefarious. The Neighbor. Neither the Sea nor the Sand. Necromantic. Necromantic Part 2. Nemesis, one of my favorites for sure growing up. And then the Nemesis collection. All these movies are a lot of fun, even the 4th one. So, I'd never seen the 4th one. I'd finally got around to watching that because of this edition. I'd only seen the other sequels. Those are all like video store rentals for sure. Very nostalgic. Neon City, another one of those post-apocalyptic Ironside movies I'd never heard of until now. Until recently, I should say. Let's see. The Neon Demon. Neon Maniacs. The Neptune Factor. The Nest. Love The Nest. Love it. The Nesting. It's another one I like. Oozing with atmosphere. Netherworld. Or Neitherworld, excuse me. Full Moon Goody. Jess Franco's, was it Neurosis? Yeah, Neurosis. Just fucking read that. Never Let Go. This is pretty cool. I enjoyed this one. Never Open the Door. Don't remember it. I have seen it, just don't remember that one. Not to speak bad about it, it's just been a while. The New Barbarians, also known by something else, I don't remember. Something like 3000 or whatever. It's a cool one. It was okay. It's not one of the stronger ones. The New Daughter, this is pretty cool. That was like a blind buy. One that I stumbled upon years ago. The New Kids, great movie. New Life, I dug that one. That was a blind buy at one point. The Newly Deads, good stuff. Gotta have the Newly Deads. Beautiful edition through, what is that? Yeah, TerraVision. New Year's Evil. I get some enjoyment from that one too. Some unintentional laughs from just how the killer is. but it's okay. It's an okay little slasher. The New York Ripper, good one. Is this, yeah, 4K from Blue Underground. Nice edition. Quack, quack. Let's see. Next of Kin. This is a good one. That was an upgrade from, I believe, a DVD at one point. Nazura, 1964. Another SRS Cinema Blu-ray. Night. Little indie vampire flick. Had that on DVD, had it on Blu-ray. I think it was an independently distributed Blu-ray, and now I got picked up by a boutique label. That's cool. The Night. Enjoy this one. This is pretty slow, but you know, I really dug this one too. Cool little gritty little thriller. Night, the Final Cut, which kind of a little out of order, but that's okay. This is the SRS Cinema one. What do I want to stop on? Oh, I knew that would happen. This bottom shelf's going to be a bit tricky as far as not having everything fall out. Night Angel, that was a pretty cool little erotic thriller one. Beautiful edition for Nightbreed. Awesome movie. Let's see. Put that back right there. At least it wasn't a far drop. Love Night Beast. Beautiful edition for Night Beast. This is one of those movies where I keep every edition. So yeah, I still have the old Trauma DVD and the previous Blu-ray edition. I think I have like some other editions of that movie. Night Beast is cool. I'm getting a little out of order, I guess. There's the 4K edition of Nightbreed. So I still keep both of these editions on the shelf for now. Okay. The Night. Jesus. I'm just going to leave this one out just to make it easier on myself. The Night Caller. Night Child. That was a good one. Marlon Brando and the Nightcomers. This was another new to me movie. New discovery for me personally. That was a cool one. Gotta dig Marlon Brando. Nightcrawler, one of my favorites from Jack, how do you say that? Gyllenhaal. I like him. Pretty cool actor. Nightcrawler, always liked him than Donnie Darko, really. I think that's why most of us know him from. That's where he got a start, I think. I don't remember. But Nightcrawler is awesome. Awesome thriller. That has a lot of truth to it, for sure. As far as like the news and all that stuff. I love Nightcrawler. Night Creatures. It's a good one. Gotta have Night Creatures. Night Feeder. This is a lot of fun. Good stuff. Bought that movie multiple times because it's awesome, dealing with like mutant baby. Night Flyers season 1, and that was the only season for Night Flyers, unfortunately. So yeah. Night Gallery. Gotta have some Night Gallery in your diet for sure. Night Gallery season 2. And Night Gallery season 3. Alright. Night Game. Pretty cool one. Is this early Olive stuff? And we're going to end it at Nighthawks. I think that's easy to remember, so. Let's end it on some Mondo Macabro. Let's just do that. Night Has 1,000 Desires. So cool. I'm going to stop it right there. At least I got through a few titles and it wasn't all recap. So, it's just been a crazy, spooky season, guys. I knew this was going to be a beast of an overview to do, but that's it. I appreciate you guys' time. Thanks for sticking with me on this one. Take it easy, guys. Keep enjoying the hobby of physical media. It's just been an awesome couple of years for sure. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Later.